Sneeze.
No. Oh, that's a sneeze. That's not exciting at all.
Nah, I just muted myself for it because I didn't want to sneeze into a mic. It's just not great.
What did he ever do to you?
Sneeze into mic? Jesus. If I'm taking the trouble to sneeze into someone, they fucking deserved it.
Mike or not.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well, that's a strange note to start the stream on. Hi, everybody.
Oh.
Yep, we're starting off perfectly. Setting the mood for the evening.
It's been what? Did we miss last week? Did we miss the week before? I don't know. Time's a blur right now.
Last week, but not the week before. We were here 2 weeks ago.
Okay. And we won't be here next week, but we will be here the week after.
Yes.
Ben Infinite, thanks for joining us. What are you all carrying tonight? If you're watching this ahead of the live stream, jump ahead roughly about 15 minutes to skip the preamble, and you'll get down to the new QSP Swordfish and Grebe review.
Grebe.
Not the Grebe. It's the Grebe.
I'm going to have a lot of fun with that one tonight.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
The Mini Adamas and Crewwear, is that the not the carbon fiber Magnacut one, eh? It's too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Best Tech Swordfish. Nice.
Hey, all right.
Appropriate to the evening.
So, what color is Swordfish there, Ben? Curious.
There's a couple.
There's one right answer, but
the one that includes S35 VM, because there was one variant that upgraded the steel. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Was that a burlap micarta as well, if I remember correctly?
I don't know. Hey,
Natural
CPM.
G10. Whoa. CPM?
Kind of cool.
What's up? Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed.
Just a quick note. Me and Infinite were actually talking about his Adamas on Thursday. That's nice to see that he swapped out for it.
Good stuff.
That used to be my Adamas. For a short while. And before that, it was Dennis's Adamas.
I was going to say, wait a second here. Wait, back that trade up. You say that it was yours, and the only Adamas I know of that you owned was the one that you got from me.
Yeah. When I got it from you, it became mine. That's the way that works.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Justin, I want it back.
Excellent.
CPM just bought an XL Espada. Nice.
And hilarious is the right word for that. Yeah.
Hold up. It's happening.
It's happening. So did you know that Joe and I, the reason that we can't go live stream next week is we're in the Edmonton Comic Book Convention. I can't remember what the hell the actor's name is, but the bad dude from Breaking Bad that carried the Espada XL is going to actually be in Edmonton. So I was joking with Devin that we should have ordered a couple of those and brought them up for the show to sign, but
might have been able to sell them.
Who is it?
Bad dude from Breaking Bad.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I forget, is that one of the twins? Or was that which character? That's gonna bug me.
That was the Mexican drug dealer from the first couple seasons.
Oh shit, right, Tuco.
Yes,
okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that scene. That was memed to death. That was great.
I don't know if I agree with Infinite's assessment here of the XL Espada, calling it the golden shower of the knife world.
I don't even... see, I'm not sure what would be the golden shower of the knife world, because I don't know what to picture for this.
I don't know that I want to know.
I would have said the golden shower of the knife world is anything with Ultim, but it's less of a shower and more being pelted with frozen, yeah.
I was going to say piss pebbles?
No, no, those are much more painful.
We got 5 minutes in and no one's talked about what they're actually carrying.
No, we're talking about piss pebbles over here, okay?
Welcome,
Come on.
welcome to Piss Talk. Yeah.
Just stop. Just stop now. Anyone got anything fun and new and fancy?
I do.
Definitely not new.
New to me.
New
You
to
should,
you. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, go first then.
Yeah, I absolutely will. We were recently talking about things from Spartaco being discontinued. And one of those things that's being discontinued is the Spartaco swayback that you can almost see here. There you go.
Yeah, that sure is a thing that's getting discoed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show me all your scars. Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, did you take sticky tack to the woods?
Damn right I did.
I thought you would have like carved a small notch for your pocket clip to rest in. Oh, you just sticky tack it?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. 100%. You just stick that to a tree and then forget it's there. Oh,
No,
but he had it in his hand, so at least we didn't have an on-stream moment of like, oh shit,
God damn it.
I'll be right back, guys.
Lost in the woods again.
I know right where I left it.
I have a picture of it right here. It should be easy to find.
Dude, it has GPS information on it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you enable that
Sorry.
feature, yeah.
In the sticky tack?
No. That's some fancy fucking sticky tack. I want some of that shit. Yeah.
I know some places I could put that.
Some James Bond shit sticking it to people's cars and cats and shit. Like, come on.
Cats.
I want to see where this.
And second of all, in so like
I was thinking more like on a collar, but
again.
sure, inside of the ear somewhere.
Wording, dude. Wording. Yeah.
I gotta be
It
careful
definitely
with that
rhymes
shit.
with the ear.
Good times. Good times. I can go next, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
It's something that I have set aside for the last little while, and was plugging away at it slowly but surely. And last week was the day that I decided that I wanted to finally finish off the job and take her home here. So I pulled the trigger on a sprint run siren.
Nice.
Very nice.
So,
Hell yeah.
Very wicked.
yeah. As soon as they went on clearance here, or whatever it was, 2-3 months ago, I was like, oh yeah, I think I'll start paying for some thin slicey S90. So
The curvy lines that you can see in the carbon fiber are pretty funky in that photo.
yeah, I don't know what it was about the sharpness or the filter that I used on it, but it really brought out some sort of curvature going on there. So yeah.
You can zoom in, you can get rid of it a little bit, but yeah, it's
No,
odd.
I'm into it.
No, I'm into it.
It reminds me a little bit of that S45 green handled para too. Yeah.
And it's not mesmerizing in any way, but
no, it's actually just plain peel ply carbon fiber, which is pretty cool.
That's the right kind of peel ply carbon fiber.
It is.
At least it's carbon fiber all the way through. So
you gonna polish it or what?
I was about to ask that. Yeah.
No, I'm not. It's
oh, come on.
Go away. No.
Go away.
I have a whole bunch of Spyderco carbon fiber, and all of it has fluting and contours and weird milling, and like none of it's normal. So
okay, fair enough.
That's fair.
I do have some other normal carbon fiber stuff, but it's not my Spyderco stuff.
Speaking of Spartaco stuff and carbon fiber, they should have made the Subverted S90. I've said it again, and I'll leave it alone. But
what's got better impact resistance, 20 CV or S90?
I think S90, but barely.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Just don't with either one of those.
I mean, with that edge geometry, do whatever you want, I guess. I mean,
I'm just thinking the sabotage being something that you might get a little more abusive with. Yeah.
You're making me fact check myself.
But
20. Okay, so Laren actually rates them at the same for an equivalent hardness, 20 CV.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
And I was smoking caveman turkey drumsticks that I then put onto turkey Caesar salad, and it was delicious.
I noticed the position of that needle, so it was delicious.
Yeah, it's the right position. It's where it needs to be for good smoking times. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You don't mess around. I got that Samson grill figured out. I fired it up this morning early on, and it didn't waver much. I had
That's
the charcoal fine tuned. Yeah. So
hell yeah.
Very cool.
I'm glad
Glad
I
to hear
can get
that's
some
working out.
consistent use out of that thing because it's once you hold heat, you're good to go. Yeah.
Sick.
Awesome. Guess that's me then.
Yeah, you got
So new to me, very excited about this. And from one of our regular viewers, actually, finally ended up with a bunker's like. Finally.
I'm not jealous. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, well, it's okay. It's all right.
Hey, that's a funky shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is that?
that's actually a pillow my mom made for me for my birthday like 2-3 years ago. Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
thought it was a tortilla.
yeah.
It
No,
was-
she was getting into silk screening and dyeing and stuff like that for a while. So this is like a kind of a close-up shot. It's like a sun kind of thing going on when it's zoomed
of a
out.
tortilla. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Tortilla pillow.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
do-
the burrito blankets. Like
Yeah. I'll take a picture later, probably of the full pillow. Yeah, but yeah, no, I've
Neat.
wanted this knife for a very long time. I tried to order them from the States. I was told they were illegal in Canada twice, and I had to argue. It's like, nope, that's not the case, but I'm not going to fight you on it. For the
But
record,
still, let me fight you on it.
a little bit. I'm going to argue, but I'm not going to cause a scene. But daggers for the record are totally fine in Canada. Same thing with out the front. Canadian government doesn't care how the blade comes out in terms of direction. So, yeah. Think about utility knives. Anyway.
quick shout out to Lemmy in chat.
And Dick Richards, how's it going?
Long time no see.
How's it going, guys?
Couple of guys watching.
With
What's
an Arrakis.
everyone
Very
carrying? Oh, for the record, the siren already got me. Already
Oh, yeah?
stabbed me. Yeah.
Really?
Took
Oh, no.
48 hours. The pointy tip gets you real good.
Wow.
It'll do.
And I felt it right away. I was like, son of a bitch. I think that was actually the words I meant. It's like when it got
What?
me. Like
Was it on the clothes or what?
I was gonna ask, how'd you get yourself?
it was just like you can see on my thumb. There's a little
Oh.
hint of Just no, I was stabbing something with it in my other hand, and I was cutting bags open.
Just kind of.
Yeah,
one
one
of
of those
those.
right in my thumb.
Yeah.
And it was holding the bag awkwardly as I did it, and I stabbed. And it stabbed right through the bag, right through. It's slicey. It's
Yeah.
got a pointy tip right through the other
Yeah.
side where my thumb was.
That
So,
siren is a very nice knife with a very nice blade.
It is a cool knife.
I got to find a spot for it. I don't know. We're thinking about things. We're thinking about life choices. That
Yeah.
might be a conversation. What knife does Dennis kick out? And you can vote, and I won't listen, but you can vote.
If you give me the options, I will put that to a vote.
I will consider what you guys are saying before I make my own choice.
You should tell me
Yeah.
what's on the chopping block, and I will put it up in the stories.
Okay, so I'm not getting rid of. Well, I'm getting rid of a super freak eventually,
Yeah. Okay.
but I'd like a mini super freak in M4 to come out first before I do that. Brandon, thanks for joining us as well.
Indeed.
Also, mini barrage is always on the edge of retirement. So my other
for sure.
dilemma, and this has nothing to do. I got 1 minute to talk about this before we got a review to start. The other dilemma is my back row is a benchmade row, and as time goes on, there's not as many reasons I can justify having a full row of benchmates. Two Contigos are beautiful, but having two Contigos in my EDC carry, as awesome as it is, two EDC two Contigos, doesn't happen that much anymore. Sometimes it's a left and sometimes it's a right, though, and that's what I have the configuration for those particular Contigos set up. So
Well, we can certainly
yeah.
have that discussion later for sure.
we got the 1 minute line, but
I want Contigo's akimbo.
Contigo's akimbo.
Yeah. At all times.
at all times.
One on each hip. And the fixed blade on your belt.
No, you got to go scope carry off your back, but like reverse grip styles.
All right, I'm in.
It's
See this look on my face? That's judgmental Joe for sure. Don't do it.
It's because that's the way you don't expect it. You're
Yeah,
like,
that's-
what? You're like, yeah.
I'll be honest, I do kind of expect it.
Never saw that coming, did you?
God awful. Thank you.
I was
Thank you.
gonna
Is it
make a joke.
S30 at 17 degrees still?
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll work with that.
As long as you're not wood processing, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just throwing it underhand at you.
That tracks. That sounds about right.
Why else would it have me still carry it in reverse grip? Come
You
on.
should carry it in your boot.
Have we met? Seriously. It's
Out of the boot, underhand, up and over.
Out of the boot into the snoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the boot into the snoot, just like
boot
that.
to snoot. It's
Boot to snoot. It's like farm to table, but far worse for everyone involved.
it's still organic. Who cares? It's fine.
Uh,
All right. So
what? There's iron and blood. Yeah.
QSP, you say?
Yes. Let's do it.
Who are we talking about first? Are we talking about them at the same time?
Well, you know,
I wish Fisk was here so I could talk about the penguin with a button lock and a flipper, but he's not. So maybe we should save it just in case he should. No, just
just in case. Yeah. Well, I have a shot here, and
look at you go. That's a fancy looking shot, Joe.
Here's another one.
Photo to art.
I
saw your glowy dark tag. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
dude. So for those unaware, yeah, the Grebe, it glows. It's Rafir glow something or other. It's a noble something, but it glows. I can't remember the exact.
it's Rafir. It's Rafir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
Rafir,
can't remember which what because Rafir is the name of the brand, and then noble was one of the handled materials that was used on a Spyderco. But I don't know if this is a variant of noble or if this is something else entirely.
So all it says is Rafir resin.
Okay, so they're just being non-specific.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And they've got Rafir resin noble, and they've got Rafir resin glow in the dark. So we don't have the noble stuff. We have the glow in the dark stuff.
Okay, so the noble must be the copper with the brass then, because this is just copper. It looks like.
Yeah, and when you switch it over on the website from one to the other, yeah, it does definitely look like it's the distinction from the noble stuff that we're used to.
Why did I think that Rafir Noble was a person's name?
Because it sounds like a
Person's name?
It
Because
sounds like it, yeah.
we've been misinforming people for years, obviously. Like
Don't
kids,
worry about it.
if you'd like to see our review, go back to Mr. Noble's beautiful resin scales.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Noble.
Look, we could have pretended that it was all planned from the start.
I didn't go to 7 years of resin school to be called Mr.
Yeah. It's Rafir or nothing. It's my title now.
So yeah, good times. Good times. Yeah. Lemmy, good looking. Should we mention the Grebe or the Grebe or the Grebe as it should be pronounced? Yeah. Is S35 as well?
Yes, and it's 14C Sandvik on the Swordfish. Blade shapes are actually wildly different. There's enough differences here. I think we could do one then the other, but I don't mind bouncing back and forth.
Who do you want to talk about?
Honestly, I didn't think I'd be all that into the Grebe, but my enthusiasm has reached at least a 7 since handling it. So,
I mean, at least a 7, right?
At least a 7, like 7 at least.
Would it still be a 7 with the Tanto blade?
I really like the clip point on this thing.
Well, that's the right answer. That's why
I want
right answer. That's the right answer.
Yeah, and so
that's. I was going to be a smart ass, and now I just lost. I'm not even going to go.
Here's a comparison shot with Dragonfly.
You're like, what the hell is a Delica doing in our shot? Jesus, at least you're
would've been-
using the pink one. Oh yeah, shout out to my daughter. Yeah, pink one. By the way, she's got the no, she has the blue one. My wife has the pink one. Anyway,
Mhm.
It's a mix and match. It's hard to keep track
shouting out.
sometimes.
I have a green one. Yeah, Jesus, I got offered for Frankenstein Dragonfly. I got offered good money for it the other day, and I was like, no, no, no.
I think you might be in the doghouse if you did that.
I know.
Yeah.
It was enough that I could just buy those 2 dragonflies and make one and then give it to the guy for what he wanted to trade, and I'd still be out ahead. Anyway, that's neither
So
here
what
nor
you're
there.
saying is maybe you should do it.
So Grebe, you say? Grebe.
Yeah.
Grebe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start with the Grebe. Why not? That clip point is nice. A modern
So-
folder with a clip point. It's a
Couple
very
random,
cool thing.
couple random specs here for you. 3-inch blade on the nose, 4.25-inch handle, S35 with a button lock, Raffia resin scales, glow in the dark. What else we got? Weight, 3.7 ounces. Little chunk.
Not bad.
Little chunk. Yeah.
Not bad though, all things considered. It's a
Ceramic
roll-
ball bearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the blade length on this guy again?
3 on the
3-inch.
nose.
3?
Yeah.
It's not terrible weight for what it is, but yeah, a little chunky.
3 mil thickness on the blade stock. It
What's-
doesn't
what's the
have
rule?
it doesn't have overall thickness, because that's the one thing that I want to talk about with this so much.
Mm.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I did not bring my calipers to work today, so I actually don't know what the thicknesses are on these handles.
I thought you could just do that with your crab hands nowadays there, Joe. It's just yeah, exactly. It's this big. It's I figured
I like-
you had that on dial by now.
Got that on.
And
Got
like
that shit on
literally,
lock.
like it's yeah.
Yeah.
That's if
I
you
like
needed
how
to.
yours were crab hands and Joe's were clearly robotic.
Wow, it's how self-perception versus how others perceive you, right? It's it's
Listen here,
Oh.
crab hands.
We'll all return to crab one day. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, all
I,
things become
do-
crab.
I do have a shot that we'll likely return to later, but here's a shot of the. I was trying to get the grind for the button lock interface on this guy, but you can see the thickness. If that blade stock is 3 mils thick, and each handle scale is, I don't know, maybe 4 mil thick each. Yeah.
so yeah, that's the one thing
That's
that
freaking-
the 2D image does not explain to you in any sort of picture is this thing's a chonk. Like this thing's an Adonis chonk as far as thickness.
It's-
Like
I don't know about mini Adonis, but like it's close. It's got to be pretty close. I wish I had those side by side now. Damn.
I know, right? Where's your crab
Yeah.
hands now?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Uh,
I'm wondering if the scales are slightly thicker so that there's enough UV reactive material to glow well.
to hold a charge, it could be. That
Yeah.
could be.
And on the huge pro side to this, yeah, we're talking of the glowy side. We can jump to that topic because she pops. Huh?
She glow.
It's cool.
She do. One thing I will throw in as far as the handle thickness, though, I do like how it feels in hand. It does fill the hand. It feels comfy. Which trade-off is you're going to feel it in your pocket more. And I do agree that having a little bit of your glow powder in that resin mix is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah. This picture actually does it really good justice because you can tell it's somewhat of a daylight picture, and this handle still glows like that. It looks like it just turns like bright camo when you're still in daylight sunlight, like mall lighting, whatever. That's yeah.
It glows like it's radioactive. Yeah.
So, several hours after I had taken this picture, I had slipped it in my pocket just to see what it felt like, and just to see what it felt like in the pocket. Actually,
Mhm.
as I put it in, I could see like the reflection of the glow coming out of the pocket, and that was just from it sitting on the shelf with the store lighting charging the loom.
Well, I mean,
Wow, that's kind of cool.
I'm pretty sure that also has to do with the brick of lead that's also in your pocket. It might be reflecting some sort of it's
I don't carry that around with me just anywhere.
that's not in my front pocket. It's
That's a sheet of lead. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
folded over.
it's folded over a few times. Also, it's in my side pocket. I don't like sitting on it.
For my
Um,
convenience.
Yeah, as
The best part
convenient
is
as
gotta go.
What's that, Paul?
So the best part is that's not a joke.
No, unfortunately. I am a living meme at this point. I do like the contrast of having the darker blade and the darker hardware with the glow. I think that's very cool. Um, would I have preferred satin personally if I were to buy one? Maybe a little bit, but
So
I actually I don't actively dislike it in this.
So does buying the satin have anything to do with the fact that the HRC on the satin ones are 59 to 61, but it's 1 point lower if you're a blackwash blade?
Yeah, yeah,
And it is a 58 to 60 on that if you're a black blade, because
yeah,
they tweak some things. And at least they'll admit it now. Instead
yeah.
of giving you a wider, vaguer spread, because they're trying to be more accurate. And actually, probably they're trying to make their shit look better. So at least on one of them, they can say 59 to 61, because back in the day, it used to just say 58 to 61 on both of them, and you got it in the wash.
Yes, and honestly, for guys who care about that kind of thing, I prefer this. I prefer being able to say, yeah, if you want the slightly higher, the slightly higher chance of it being higher hardness, go this way. Go with the uncoated.
So
yeah,
something on that one as well, and I have some say on what comes into the shop when it comes to the QSP. Should we say? I have some input. And one of the reasons that so that picture actually back there, this picture in particular is actually a really good one. When it's not glowing, the black camo and the black hardware and everything with that kind of goes nice with the
yeah.
black wash, and it's a black wash blade, which in my opinion is kind of nicer than a pure black
It
blade.
it hides wear a lot better for sure. Even a lightly tumbled sort of look, like on a button lock Elementum, I much prefer that to like a pitch black, say like a Tenacious from Spyderco or something like that, or like every other CRKT Kershaw that uses like a painted on black, because that shows wear pretty bad when you do manage to wear through it.
And when you don't know how to sharpen, you just scratch the shit out of it. It sucks. Anyway, so
yeah, there's that too.
Or you know, make a mistake every once in a while and do it on your Super Freak. Don't worry about it.
Speaking of Benchmades, here's one where scratches.
Oh, there's a scuff on the bevel or on the belly.
All right.
There's a couple little marks on this guy. I thought these were Cerakote, but honestly, I don't know. Might have to try.
Anyway, yeah, so everything about this knife, pretty damn awesome. The other thing that's pretty awesome about this knife is 145 USD on their website. So not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
It's a pretty killer price for.
Yeah, it is. I was just gonna say it is a good price. Lefty compatible as well. I don't know if we mentioned that yet, or the fact that it comes with a filler tab.
Oh, that's yeah, cool. Screw you guys. I can have it with a pocket clip on the left-hand side. QSP is good for that. They're almost always good for that. Yeah. They're TI options. Yeah.
The tie options and the Hawks in particular, not compatible. But outside of that, yeah, most of the models are pretty good for wanting to swap over. The other knife we're going to be talking about tonight, the Swordfish, is also lefty compatible, just with a wire clip. But this is a trend I'm happy to see. Yeah.
And it seems like more companies are lean towards their budget options on doing the extra little step, which is funny that I pay less money and am more likely to get that option. But it also says, take that, just cheap knives, you asshole.
Yeah, that's fair. At least they're consistent. I mean, like other companies like CRKT, they're all over the fucking map. Sometimes they're thinking about you and they'll give you a lefty plate if that's what you want. But other times, no, go fuck yourself. You don't get shit. And then they give you a pocket clip mounted only on the right hand side, not deep carry, not anything like that. So
it down like a bunch of monsters,
like some kind of rube.
Yeah.
Now, or they'll give you tip down. See, Shalotl milled on both sides, but tip down. So you got to live vertically or not at all, apparently.
Yeah, tip down so I can hit someone with the tactical helmet breaker.
Yeah, the pommel on this
That's-
thing is stupid. I love this. I love this stupid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? What were they thinking?
They were
You know
thinking
what they were
that the
thinking.
folding SOCP can take it one step further than that.
This thing is so stupid. I love
They
it.
saw the cheesy
yeah.
videos Bench made and was like, we don't have videos. We'll just make this. People will figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about the fact that for a glow in the dark knife, this thing is incredibly affordable
Yeah. Yeah.
when you compare it to other things on the market that are also glow in the dark?
So
Well,
glow in,
yeah, but okay.
I think the thing is glow in the dark is generally it's niche within niche, right? So like your glow options are usually tritium, or they're loom charged, or I keep saying loom charged, but like UV charged. Yeah, like yeah.
So when I got this, it was $120. It just you happen to get one when it lands. And it's the
Yeah.
farm and field edition and the whatever type of thing, right? So yeah, you're good to go, right? But like you can get some pretty reasonable
Sometimes, yeah.
sometimes.
They're,
And being
yeah.
overseas production instead of American production definitely comes into that for sure. The other comparable American made production knife would be the ZT Glow 393. Yeah.
Yep.
Good
Yeah.
times. Good times. That's a 4 and a something knife too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 3 money
Yeah.
bags on the end of those somethings. But yeah.
I was being a little facetious by pointing out this guy, quite
Yeah.
honestly, because this
That's
thing's above and
just-
beyond.
But
It's
to
an
be honest,
brag. It's fine.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. It's still glowing.
Honestly, I can't think of too many other options though that are commonly available and cheaper than this. Like,
Well,
just,
glow options in particular. I mean, everyone wants JG10 to glow because we're all kids on the inside, but they make us dye it other colors. So,
yeah.
But yeah, honestly, as far as things that actually glow out there, there's not actually that many options.
Yeah.
To my knowledge,
The
that aren't gas station.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of the kicker. Is like if you're looking for durable material that isn't gonna be super scratch prone and just look like shit after a week of carry. Because this Revere stuff, they're using decent resin. It's got a decent hardness when it's cured. It doesn't scratch up that badly, especially with a matte finish like what this has. So I think that's why you see a lot of inlay stuff on customs or like tritium inserts are popular these days. It's kind of why.
I actually really like the frosted look that this thing has.
I prefer this to the Chaparral that Spyderco had with Revere Noble. 1,000, yeah, 100%. For me, it's on the note of avoiding scratches a little bit more, or at least hiding them a little bit.
Yeah.
So just some comments in the chat. Yeah, the Lemmy the green is sweet. Yeah, it looks really cool. That's nice. And blade coating racism. Justin, let's just say something right now. You keep loving blades, coated blades as the minority, and I'll keep swapping S91s for M391s, and everyone will be happy. I mean, no, it's all jokes aside. You need to keep that more. The Anomalous needs to get kicked to the curb. You're black on black, carbon fiber blacky black. Carbon fiber should be the only knife you ever carry, man. And then you forget you have it. And then you put a dragonfly in that same pocket because you forget you have it.
And then you forget you have that too, because they're so lightweight.
And then you're like, oh, there's 2 knives in my pocket. That feels still lighter than the Adamas that I'm currently carrying. See, we get full circle. It's good. It's good.
You can
Yeah,
even continue
we
to
got
carry that Adamas. It'll be like no difference at all. Then
Yeah, you
have
could add
and you have
the
3
bucket
knives
to
on
it.
it. Yeah.
Still a third of as many as what Joe carries.
I've been
A
trying
quarter.
to do better. I've actively been trying to do better lately, and
I've
I've
been
not
trying.
succeeded. I've not succeeded in the slightest.
There's,
Um,
I mean, minimum 28 days in a month, Joe.
Well, you know. We'll see
All
if I
right.
get through a week. I had a couple other photos here, but
I was gonna say, do we want to jump over to a swordfish, or you got other fancy things that I can note? I didn't get a
There's
chance
one
to
thing-
play with this thing a hell of a lot. I got to play with it a little bit. I didn't check pocket ergos. I didn't check internal skeletonizing.
There
Action
is-
was pretty good. Pretty
So-
good.
On the action, while I'm thinking about that, these are not brass or bronze caged bearings. These appear to be polymer, and I say polymer, but it might be Delrin, it might be nylon cages. The only other knife that I've seen recently like this has been actually, aside from the Swordfish, spoiler alert, this has that same kind of caged bearing system too, is the the Snex Mini Buster from Wii. Now that being said, these are ceramic bearings in the Grebe, but I don't know if they're multi-row. I haven't seen a disassembly of this yet. I'm going to say probably not, just given the diameter of them. But hey, it's a polymer bearing. That's kind of cool.
Well, polymer cage, right?
Or sorry, yeah. The bearing cage itself, yeah,
Yes.
appears to be nylon of some kind, if not Delrin. The reason why I'm excited about that, extra lubricity. There's a lower friction coefficient between ceramic, especially polished ceramic, and nylon, so the action stays smooth for longer. Yeah.
Well, and Delrin even self lubricates too, right? So
Nylon 12 does to some degree as well, so depending on which direction they
Oh, nice.
went.
I mean,
yeah.
as any good things in life, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, yes.
That's. I'm glad we came full circle on that.
It's like Justin's Adamas in his pocket. It's fine. It's also self-lubricating. It's
A well lubricated pocket is a man's best friend. Anyway, the grind on this thing.
how else are you gonna put 3 knives in there?
Well, you
It's-
gotta. You don't.
Don't do that.
You don't just jam them in without thinking about it. Come on.
They're
you gotta-
closed. It's fine.
Good
None
God.
of them have an Emerson wave to catch on. You should be good.
Oh,
just don't
just
sneeze.
wave it off the pocket. It's fine.
Just don't
Wave
sneeze.
it off the pocket. You have to do that one in reverse grip for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I regret some choices I've made.
Well, many, but this channel might be one.
That's okay. We didn't bitch about the lanyard hole because it didn't get in the way of the pocket clip. I do think it's kind of lazy design-wise, but I don't really care that much.
What's the
personally.
chance that something's gonna get slicey on the inside? Wow, I can't talk tonight.
The blade looks like it's pretty well out of the way. I didn't actually grab a photo looking down the lanyard hole while it was closed, unfortunately. But
And question 2, would it be slicey more with the Tanto? Because there is a Tanto. I don't know if we've even shown a picture of the goddamn Tanto.
No.
There is a Tanto variation. You can buy more than one variation, but you shouldn't. You should buy this one because it's the nicest one. That's why I
This
ordered.
is the better one.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing up pictures of the Tonto. No, I don't like that. I don't like the look of that Tonto. I don't like the look of that Tonto at all.
It's
Greeby.
greeby. It's greeby. It's real greeby.
It's a little creepy.
That's where the name mix-up came from.
That's
This
fucking
thing
horrible.
made-
For the record, the way it looks like when it's fully closed, that Tonto would actually slide right out of the way. So it might actually be perfectly fine. But I don't care. I don't like the look of this.
It should be, but every once in a while, people are so lazy about a lanyard hole that they're like, "Oh yeah, that'll actually cut it."
Yeah.
Ben
Yeah.
Ping is calling for Ping is calling for a reground Grebe.
They already did. It looks okay.
It's the clip point. It looks great. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
That's why I ordered it. Come on. It's-
Oh
I
yeah.
want
By
this
the
in a
way,
penguin blade.
here's the. Yeah. Okay. It's called the Swordfish. We'll get there.
No, but
It
I
doesn't
want
glow.
this
I know.
exact knife, but in that.
So the steel marking here, Paul had told me they're like, oh yeah, they're doing a Civivi QSP or Civivi Wii thing where they hide it with really small text. And I was looking at the blade open. I'm like, where the fuck is the blade steel marking? I can't find it anywhere. So it's actually completely hidden when the blade is open, but when it's closed or partially closed, you can see the little S35VN tag at the back end here.
You see,
Cool.
what they're doing here, you see, is they're waiting for people to front flipper mod this because then it will be exposed in the mods, and it's like the Easter egg in a video game. You know, it's
I don't like that.
no, it'll ruin your knife, but
Here's-
good luck to that.
Here's one other small thing I don't necessarily like, and it's QSP's logo. right on the pivot. I would have preferred their triangle pivot. I don't like the look of
Yep.
their little flamey boy.
The flamey pivot's not great.
It's okay. We're just
It's
gonna
better
put.
than Artisan's pivot.
Yes, that is true.
I was just gonna say you could put the Ghost Rider skull underneath it instead, and then you're fine, right? Like
There you
it's
go.
yeah.
Repaint it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Exhibit A, yeah.
The personally, this wouldn't be a deal breaker, but it is certainly something I'm not a huge fan of.
I mean, the triangle thing was getting some other connotations to go along with it as well, but I mean, it still stands for quality, service, price, all of the trifectas, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lumen.
I prefer the look of the triangle. Yeah. Do we want to rate this thing, or do we want to rate them both at the end of reviewing both of them?
Before we get there, I think we should comment on the awesome milled pocket clip on this thing.
Ooh, yes, thank you. I did actually. Where the hell did those pictures go? I got a picture.
This thing was fantastic to get in and out of the pocket. It's super good. That smooth Raffir resin.
And yeah, it does sure seem to be a. Sorry, jumping the image around a little bit there. Yeah, a partially milled, partially bent clip. I'm almost wondering, looking at the side of this, that curve, that
almost looks melted like that.
It almost looks like it was EDM cut or done or milled. Either way, I don't care whether it was folded or not. That's cool as hell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of those things. Yeah.
The only example I have on hand that did something similar was the Cormorant. But and yes, there's more texture on this thing, but that type of thing where it's nested, flush. This guy didn't even get it right. I think the Grebe here has flush screws in the tabs. Okay, they're not flush screws. They are dome head, but they do sit lower. So yeah, this is an A+ clip, is what I was trying to get at. This is a fantastic clip. There's very little to snag or hang up or anything.
And the plate and the milling, and that's good stuff. It makes me kind of want this knife more, and now it makes me think about my full row of Benchmates over here. Anyway,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. It's when people are coming out with this for the banging price that it is. And it is on Cutting Edge's website, by the way, if you want to check out competitive polar bear dollar pricing. Not too shabby. Anyway, continue on.
I guess we could move on to the knife. I think it's safe to say that we're all kind of jazzed by this thing. I'm glad that the clip point is as nice as
not Joe Pesci jazz though. Not that kind of jazz.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I was gonna say more like Will Ferrell clarinet jazz, but
okay, I'm into that too.
Yeah,
it's all right. All right. On the back of that review, let's close a bunch of these photos here because we don't need all of these sitting open now. The other knife we're here to talk about, Swordfish. It's not a penguin. It's not a penguin. It's not a penguin. It's kind of a penguin. So this thing's a little bit bigger overall. We had a comparison picture here. Yeah, slightly longer blade. Actually, Dennis, do you want to run through the specs on this guy?
Yeah, I can. Do you have the actual specs of the penguin itself? Okay, so overall, 8.125 inches, blade of 3.625 inches, handle 4.5, blade thickness is also 3 mils thick. That's QSP's jam, apparently, 59 to 61. Also their jam with the 1428 Sandvik. They're heat treating everything the same. All 51, or 59 to 61 all the time, apparently. So micarta Sandvik, ceramic ball bearing, 4.13 ounces. How's the skeletonizing on this sumbitch?
reasonable. I did get a picture because the opening is actually fairly narrow on this guy. I didn't really get a fantastic view, but you can see here. Oh, it actually looks much better on my computer monitor. So
Dogfight
fully.
in the hallway.
Sorry.
There's a dogfight in the hallway.
Oh, on your end? Okay.
Who's
Yeah.
winning?
It's like if you're hearing it
The-
from
the
my side.
really happy one.
Okay. But yes, it is skeletonized. It's not the amazing, super aggressive skeletonization you can get on some Civivs, where like I don't even know if this is a good
Frame.
example. Where yeah, it looks like scaffolding almost, where it's like crisscrossy, like they really try to remove as much material as possible. This is just like map, 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 map. Okay, we did a bunch of holes. Next one, which is fine. And aesthetically, I actually prefer the look of this. I think it's something somewhat industrial about it. It's kind of cool.
So I will say that might go hand in hand with a couple of their options that do copycat the canary handle with the cutout G10. If you look at the red G10 handled version of the Swordfish, it has the same hold cutouts with the two-tone G10. These holes might actually lead to doing that a little bit easier because it has the same kind of cutout, whatever type of thing.
If you want to mod your knife, maybe you can muck around.
QSP or cutting edge, sorry, was supposed to get a couple different variations of this one. Unfortunately, because it's a hot number, we got the green ones. But
That
if
red
you
one
look at
does
those holes,
like
yeah, look at that, those holes. Bam. So as far as alignment and milling and CAD programs and all
That's
of
cool.
the things, yeah. And
Man.
do they just do it in a red? I thought they did it in a green, maybe even a yellow. I don't know. It might
I
have
do
copied
like
the
their
canary
Deadpool
in the
West.
handles. Yeah.
When I search Swordfish, all I get is the green and the red.
Okay,
But
but
there
there's also
may
overlap,
be-
so you know.
Well, yeah, and there's black stonewash for both, it looks like.
I think okay, so the two pictures you're looking at right now are the G10 options or the it only has red. Oh, okay. Or the micarta options. That's interesting because the green is a micarta versus
You can get a dark brown in the micarta, and you can get coated or not, but it's either green or brown, coated or not, and then the red is either
just
coated or
red.
not.
Okay.
Well, I do like that.
Interesting. Yeah, the burlap was the second option. We were gonna get two micartas in the red. The red G10 looked fun because it was the button on the flame for a flame lock. The flame lock, and it's not a flame lock; it's a button lock. So
I actually like the contrast of the satin hardware on the red handle here, but I don't hate the black blade on this thing.
I like the black blade on
It
the.
looks cool.
hate blade coating racism.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
either of those
that's
is the wrong
what I
option,
said.
though. Honestly. Yeah.
So the one thing, and actually in your shot comparison, it actually had it pretty good, is how much wider of a knife this knife is compared to a penguin. She's kind of a fat boy. Like it's, yeah.
The blade's cool.
She's kind of a fat boy.
Yeah.
She's kind of a fat boy.
We don't
yeah.
we don't discriminate there.
It's
not,
the name
not
of my next album, by the way.
She's kind of a fat boy. Fuck.
I
I don't know what kind of music you're playing, but I want to listen to it.
80s rap, for sure. With
All
that
right. This is an eclectic mix. Very good, very good. Different from the penguin though. That tip though. Speaking of that tip though, I got another comparison pick. Where the hell did that go?
Speaking of 80s rap, yeah.
So look at these two tips. Can you guess what the knife is on the right? Because the left is the Swordfish.
If it's not a Yojimbo, I'm upset.
No, that's the Dragonfly.
Okay.
The Dragonfly blade looks monstrous next to the tip on the Swordfish.
The taper on it, yeah.
Dude, it's aggressive as shit.
Wait. The Dragonfly is on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Correct, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
That thing be a taper. Yeah.
Like, wow. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, holy shit, I need to get a photo of this.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
clean
wonder
that
what the
up.
comparison to a Yojimbo. That would be extra funny just to see the like because of the hollow grind and the flared out on it, just to see how crazy it would be compared to this swordfish,
And
right?
I don't think this dragonfly is any more thick than the standard VG10 version, but this is the S30V that's been coated, so it might actually be slightly thicker than your standard dragonfly. But even so, this dragonfly has a pretty narrow blade, so I did want to just mention that there.
Yeah. Yeah, blade coating thickness would definitely add something.
Well, even
Technically,
even outside of that, S30V may need to be at a thicker stock thickness. They may have to do different angles in order to accommodate how thin the blade is. Um,
touche.
But yeah, that's that blade grind is aggressive as hell, and I love it. It's tall, it's narrow, it's a straight
Did we
edge.
mention 14C Sandvik?
I think we did at the beginning of the review. Yeah, it's
So relatively tough. How much are you going to bend that tip?
well, this is not a knife I would ever want to pry with. I got to be honest. Handling this thing, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna make a mean cutter. But whereas the Penguin, even though it's D2, I would feel confident in doing some light prying, like opening up paint cans or something like that. I wouldn't worry about that much. This knife, I would actually hesitate to really do anything like that. Like, again, may I bring up that comparison shot that I just had up? Like, holy crap, that's a thin tip. There are plenty of people who have, pardon me, broken the Kershaw Leaks tip, and that's
What I was gonna
14C
say.
Sandvik as well. Like, it's
This
you
one
can't.
definitely has a leak tip.
Yeah, yeah. That would have been a fun comparison, actually. Oh, okay.
It's got a leaky tip. I tell you.
Yeah. The tip's got a drip.
You almost got me. Don't talk about your tip drip. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Mine in particular. It's
You can't stop me.
observations, sir.
Oh man, I hate it. I hate all of that.
I feel like this thing would be a beast ripping apart cardboard boxes.
It's got the edge geometry for it. This thing tapers out nice and thin.
Yeah, like it wouldn't even need to be sharp technically, and it would still zip through them.
I don't think oh, did I crop that out by mistake? Oh, well. I did. I had zoomed in too much when I took this photo of the inside. I wanted to show off this section of the blade so you could see how thin the edge got. But point being, it actually does come down pretty far down. Yeah. What else to say about this guy? It's twice the price of a penguin.
Yeah, under $100. CAD.
You are looking at some creature comforts, the ceramic ball bearings, and that same kind of nylon bushing, whatever they have in there, the cage.
But I still even think like this picture here underestimates like kind of how beastly this knife is. Like you say twice the price, but I'm like, this is almost twice as big of a knife. Like it's like, especially fatness that's a little bit longer. Like, but this thing is like a penguin on steroids.
It's broad. It's like maybe 20% taller. Does that sound about right, or is that overshooting it even? But it is a tall blade. Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to
gotta be
think.
like an inch and a half wide at least.
I'm trying to think of a comparison that would justify it, because like the regular penguin is like a bug out kind of handle shape, like is very similar
Right.
to. Whereas this thing.
Oh.
Go ahead.
What's that other button lock that we had that was Green Mike Harda, Civivi made broad blade? It kind of
Like
reminds me of that in terms of scale.
A conspirator.
I think that
It's
was
a
it.
similar width to an 804 as well.
Yeah, like
DT
it's
804.
yeah, like it's
Yeah.
yeah, like as far as a chonk goes, it's in that like 804 category for sure.
Yeah. This is a great option that you could put a what's it called? Ripped Garage Tech clip on too.
Yep.
You shut your stupid face.
We should talk about that later.
Here, let me just show off my sprint run siren here. It's and I'm not even hiding it, just showing it off. Like it's just no, it's just anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a monster, by the way. It's
Yeah.
on this $95 swordfish of a
Look,
knife. And like, okay, can we
sometimes
double
you
a
have to
name?
say things just because you want to hurt your friend's feelings.
I specifically say things so I can hurt my friend's feelings. Come on, let's
Yeah,
be
I'm
honest
aware.
here. Like it's yeah.
We've met.
Well, then you know, like it's not a surprise then.
Nope.
Yeah. Can we talk about how like don't name it a swordfish, like, name it something else? I don't know.
So
There's
I think the knife world's running out of names.
This should have been a sax.
something Norsey, Saxy, something like yeah.
So
Yeah.
nothing about the last knife reminded me of a duck. Nothing about this knife really reminds me of a swordfish. At least the best tech swordfish is like, the streamlined kind of pokey shape. Okay, I can see it.
They've got a wall of names, bird and otherwise, and they throw darts. And wherever it lands, that's the name. The penguin wasn't particularly penguiny.
No,
The otter is not particularly otterly.
I could make arguments about the otter.
How do you be orderly?
That's for you to figure out.
It's okay. Okay, a lot of cracking
Gotta find the
shells on my
otterliness in your soul.
stomach. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
is it a knife I can smash against my tummy?
Yeah. Yeah, you can break open clams with it.
yeah, there's something there.
So hammer. So it's a sholotto. It's a hammer.
Awful. Oh, less awful. Show off that tip there. Yeah, that tip is aggressive. I like that thing. G10 backspacer. They didn't cheap out like Kershaw and Benchmade do at every fucking opportunity, and ZT sometimes. This is actually G10 for the backspacer. It's a solid material that had to be milled away instead of injectable with plastic that can crack and fail over time.
You can see the
Yeah.
the texture.
And they went to the trouble of chamfering the sides of it so it doesn't need to match exactly in order for it to look nice. Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of frayed shit that a lot of micarta does, but some guys live for it, so I'm not gonna bitch about it too much.
So I don't
That's right.
like the edges being frayed, but I like the side finish. So I mean, you can't really get one without the other, right? So,
Yeah.
You could
It's-
try
yeah.
harder, use sharper milling bits, I guess. No, I'm just being an asshole. This material just tends to fray. Like
Infinite is asking in chat whether it was otterly or utterly. Definitely otterly.
Otterly, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't
It would
know.
be utterly. It wouldn't be clams on the chest. It would be more.
Rats in the field.
Well, yeah.
Udders. Good cows.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a good way to show this. Like, I couldn't really capture the essence of the curves of this knife on camera, and that sounds like a loaded sentence, but let me show you what I mean. There's two different chamfers that they did. One of the four of the four of the knife in the rear, where your palm would sit versus where your fingers would fold over, and it's super comfortable. First of all, but second of all, it's a variable curve on that chamfer, so they're actually going through the effort of changing the way it's shaped to suit where your hand is going to sit. It's not just a standard, all right, 45-degree chamfer all the way around. It's, which I would have been fine with. They actually went through and bothered to design in some variance to the angle. That's cool. I like seeing that stuff. I like people caring enough to do that thing, Yeah.
Infinite is saying the side angle makes it look like a beluga with a swedge.
Beluga.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
A beluga? It's a whale.
Yeah, maybe.
I know that too, but is it a baby?
Oh, the Bestech beluga?
Honestly, I kind of see it with a little snubby and then the little nose jutting out, or the little lip jumping out afterwards.
Well, that's more like the otter. The otter looks like a beluga. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
Oh,
otter
that-
with like that kind of spear pointy blade. I don't know.
I want to be friends with a beluga. I've decided. I'm gonna make buddies.
They're good whales, Brent.
Good new life goal. Pet a beluga.
Challenge unlocked.
Yeah.
So, one small gripe about this knife that I don't know if you guys had time to notice because it was kind of rushed before. Well, the level of exposure we had was kind of rushed on these guys. The detent, sorry, not the detent. The engagement surface with that the lock interfaces with had a two-step in it, and I'm not 100% sure that this was
Like a
intentional.
do.
You can see it here, and I'll show you a photo of the last knife we talked about, the Grebe here. This is what I expected it to look like, just a straight shank, ground off at an angle enough to match the cup coming down into the side of it and just nesting in place. But on this knife, the Swordfish, it's like a two-step, and it's weirdly set as if they had started way too far in, realized that they messed up, and then did it again. There is some variation on the others we had in the shop, but they all locked up solid, so I don't really know what that's about. At first, I thought it was something similar to the the pyrite, the CRGB pyrite, where the button would actually have its own dedicated shelf and it wouldn't be able to move past a certain point even in the locked position. I thought they were trying to do something fancy like that. This doesn't seem to be that, but it doesn't seem to be detrimental to the lock-up. So I'm not sure how to feel about that.
So we'll have to more or less just keep tabs on if it's a recurring thing.
Yeah.
Or if it was a shutter and milling that needed to get worked out, right? Like it's
something that affected one batch maybe, but again, functionally, like I had held the knife, fingers in a safe position. I was tapping to make sure, like, okay, well, that's not coming loose with even some pretty stiff hits against my hand. It seems fine. Constant pressure didn't cause it to slip or disengage. But I thought it was worth mentioning. Yeah.
I'm learning beluga facts in chat right now.
Yeah, all right. That sounds about right
The
for our chat.
forehead bulge of a beluga is soft, and apparently they like when you squeeze it. And now I want to squeeze a beluga. Yeah, and they can tense it into different shapes to make different sounds, which would freak me right out if I was squeezing it and it went merp and get all.
If his forehead got angry at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So that's that.
The wire clip, adequate, works really nice. Slides into the pocket really nicely.
Yes.
As long as
they both carried in the pocket really nice.
Keep the screw tight so there's no shifty, because on that rough micarta, if it starts to loosen off and you get some shifty, that might be bad for the burlappy micarta and wear and tear and such. But just don't make it loose, and then you're good.
Use some
keep it tight. Yeah.
I did actually. For one of them, I had tested the clip because this is something that I've noticed has happened on Spyderco's in the past in particular, but other wire clips I've seen it happen too, where if you push the clip sideways, you can sometimes get the clip to roll. Like each of the wires will roll a position and the whole thing will tilt. This did not do that. There seems to be adequate stiffness to where it doesn't want to shift around, it doesn't want to move. It's just it is where it is, and that's it. There's enough security there that it doesn't want to shift.
It felt really good in hand too. Good hard squeeze and no hot spot on that clip.
Yeah, I really like the way they've designed the bill of that clip. I know that a lot of guys seem to think that they catch on absolutely everything, but I can't say that I've had that experience with this shallow of a bill. Personally, I like it. Less of a hot spot, less of a poke in the side of your hand. Like.
It's an interesting choice.
This shit is barely acceptable. I mean, just generally, but also this clip. No, I like this knife, but like this clip, it does come up to a bit of a point. You avoid that with this QSP clip for sure.
Absolutely. So, if you had to buy one or the other, which would you guys go for?
Well, I already own a penguin, and I don't like flippers. So,
So neither? Is that what you're saying? Neither?
well, no,
They
it's if I'm gonna pick a
Flipper
flipper,
delete?
so
it's still got a thumb stud. It's good. I haven't thought about a flipper delete until you said it, but we'll see.
both of them
Yeah.
are actually they're both very fun to snap open via the button. Flippers work well. Oh, other small note. The lock interface on the button seems to be hardened. Reason I mention that is because I've seen it in a number of Kaisers, not this one, and not the type of Kaiser that utilizes this button lock, as I know this specific kind of button lock is used on a few of their models. But some others I have seen where the cup actually does wear and dent and deform very quickly after one or two decent strength openings. Like you're not trying to damage it, but you open it hard once or twice and you get a couple of dents in that button. I was gonna say I thought I had a photo up.
Don't dent your button.
Yeah, these at the very least seem to be similar enough hardness to the 14C that it doesn't seem to be changing, which is a very good thing. Very, very, very good thing. There's that picture. Yeah.
So, did we also mention that they've got some pretty blingy green carbon fiber for the Grebe?
We did not mention, but we probably should bring that up.
No, we should.
Oh, Paul will love it. It's
Will it?
right
Yeah,
up
a little
your Joker from the 90s vomit loving green and purple.
If it glowed in the dark.
If it glowed in the dark, I don't think it does. I don't think it
I
does.
don't think it does.
No,
I
that does
haven't.
look kind of cool though. You were right. You got me.
See it? I knew I'd get you.
This is like, oh, is it Batman Returns with all the neon when
Oh,
they
but
fight Mr. Freeze?
have you seen there's different colors of the carbon fiber? You can get blue and white and red and blue and white. And I don't think there's a purple.
Well, then why would you even bring it up?
Green, white, blue, black. Yeah, there's only two. There's white, blue, black, and green.
There was a while where whenever I was doing design work or whatever on the Benchmade build your own knife application, it would always be purple and green. It was always Joker.
Yeah. There were a couple combos you could get that were nice, but some of them just looked really cheesy.
Yeah, I dig that. I like the green.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I do agree. I wish they had the glow option, but what are you gonna do?
Who would make carbon fiber glow? That's silly. On that note,
I
how
guess
do we feel about things?
these are both great, considering the price, considering what they are. They're great.
These are great.
These are great.
They're just great.
They are.
I'd like you to come in on Saturday. It's
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was giving off that kind of energy. I'll shut right the fuck up.
TPS reports need to get done.
TPS reports, indeed. That's great.
QSP reports.
QSP, yeah, for sure.
QSP report.
Look, the quality of the service.
Quality
and price,
service
that sounds
price,
like
bitches.
something-
Let's get on this. Sooner we can get out of here.
Yeah. Okay, I think both of these are highly recommendable for people looking to spend their respective amounts of money. These are extremely recommendable. The action off the thumb studs is great. The button lock is fantastic. The flipping action was great on both.
Dick Richards is slanging Eartha kit, by the way.
I know.
It's,
What the shit?
Eartha. Anyway, scoring charts. What do you got? Scoring. Anyone got scoring? Yeah, yeah. That's some scoring. Little scoring.
Haven't done that in a long time.
What?
I haven't scored a chart in a long time.
No, silly score.
I
Silly
don't give real scores anymore. Come on, like.
Yeah,
Oh.
like a,
I'll give you my leading one because it's a softball. It's a slow pitch on this one. The swordfish. The swordfish. I'm going to rank 3 squeezes of lemon. That's what you need. It's what you need to make a swordfish good.
I was gonna rate my enthusiasm a 7.
Oh, lemons.
Sure.
That's a lot of lemons, dude.
7 lemons. That's too many lemons. You don't need that
I
many
don't want to
lemons
get
to make a
scurvy.
swordfish good.
Oh,
Just
I don't want to get scurvy.
all right. So
But yeah, that glow in the dark. It's probably an 8 out of 10 real score. That's pretty awesome. That Grebe is
real
pretty Grebe.
scores. What are we doing here?
I know. It's I don't know. How many lumens do you think that is?
I'm gonna score this fucking thing in lumens.
Lumens and lemons. Come on.
Oh, that's great. If I had to
Lu-
guess, it's got to be less than 2. It's got to be less than. I don't even. Man, I don't even know.
It's Lumina. It can't be lumens. It's Lumina.
Oh, right. I guess it's ambient light. It's not projected.
Pretty Grebelicious. Yeah, indeed. Ben,
I was trying to come
agree.
up with like a mallard pun for this, but
I think
got
that's
fucking nothing.
Grebelicious, and that's racist, sir.
How many corkscrew penises are you giving this one, Joe?
I'm not giving it
You-
any corkscrew penises.
You were talking about mallards. It's your fault.
It's my fault, huh?
Yeah.
Gave him
You
the
know.
old Scrooge McDuck.
You know what they say? A walk.
I almost got Paul too. Damn it! I was half second off.
I think I'm done for the night. After that one,
What are you talking about? Scrooge McDuck was gold.
it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. You better not stick your penis in it. That's all I'm saying.
No, but it will do it to you.
Not if it does it first. It's
Yeah. Ducks are aggressive maters, Joe.
That's why it glows in the dark, so it can find you in the night.
Yep. It's coming for you. Double entendre intended.
Well, a lot of bang for your buck, but I'm not going to bang this duck.
no.
Meow. Yeah, I like
Oh.
it there. Give me the glow. Give
Yeah.
the Grebe.
It's pretty fantastic. Both of these knives, and for the price, damn.
Yeah.
I had actually Rayler. He pops up in chat from time to time, but he doesn't like to talk, so I won't call him out. I should call him out anyway.
You should.
It's
Get him.
right. That's right, Cal. He didn't even try it. Like it was instantly like. Anyway, talking about
Yep.
how it's hard to get over looking at QSP like they're a premium brand because you know about the penguins and you know about the knives that the hawks and the mambas and like all the knives that have gotten them, the parrots that have gotten them so popular on the budget line of things, right? That when they start to come out with a $450 rhino with Tyne Mascus and penguin pluses, a 20 CV and titanium ball bearing, nothing wrong with it. Little clanky in the construction, but it was designed as 2 slabs and a blade. How do you not expect a penguin plus to not be clanky? But anyway, so
That has its
This
own
is the
appeal.
lane they should be in with their high-end stuff.
What's that, sorry?
I said this is arguably the lane they should be in as far as their high-end stuff. I think this is a very approachable upgrade for people that like their penguin and want something a little bit nicer, a little bit fancier.
and I don't even think that this is high end. I think this is mid tier, like Best Tech has mid tier.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that their $400 offerings, I'm not ready for from
No.
QSP.
But I think like they're starting to have more and more of the 2 to 4 $100 offerings, where this one's still sneaking below the $2 price. And with Rafir Noble and S35, that's great that you can sneak it under the two.
Rafir Glow.
That's right. Mr. Noble had nothing to do with this.
Right. It was
Bad
just
Mr.
Mr.
Glow.
Rafir.
Noble Jr.
Mr. Glow.
Mr. Noble's my father.
Yeah. I will say though, QSP does suffer a little bit in terms of their not as much as some other companies like Sencut. Jesus Christ, awful. But QSP does suffer a little bit from it's a knife. You look at an average design from QSP and you're like, yeah, there's not a hell of a lot going on. These two knives deviate enough that there's interest. Like there's enough going on that they are distinctive. They are fairly unique, even if any individual
That's some
element
funk
on its
factor.
own. What's that?
So,
So there's some funk factor.
Yeah, a little bit.
so I will say though, like with even their own branding involved, nowhere in there do they go, hey, we're gonna make weird out there artsy deco
No, of course
Brian
not.
Ty style knives. Quality service price. Like the S is not style. Like it's
No.
and a lot of their stuff. And they tick those boxes
Dude.
on like for what you're getting. And I haven't dealt with the service aspect of it. So I don't know.
Yeah. I will say though, not this next week, but the next week we're streaming. We have some stuff on some other QSPs, and those ones are definitely leaning towards more of the art and the execution of art. I would argue more than these two. But there's a bit of a price point to match in one of the cases. But I do think you have a fair point there that they're definitely not aiming at producing art knives. Even their $400 pieces, like you were referencing earlier, the Rhino or whatever it was with the Damascus.
Utilitarian.
You're looking at a utilitarian knife that happens to have those high-end materials that you normally only see in artsy knives, right?
But it was pretty tanky design, like almost like a Leon Ma or a Riot or like it was that level of tankiness in Bill Chavez build quality tankiness going on, right? Like it's
Yeah, I do want to pop this guy out just to show guys here. There's the M390 compound and the what options here? Satin
yeah, but
blade,
it's still
purple
not a
TI.
good looking knife, in my opinion.
Never said that, but
I will.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a.
I
No.
do like the fluting on this one, but it's that square finger, the square index finger cutout is kind of strange. But yeah, what was the?
I didn't realize they had a fluted one. That's a better looking one than the original two that they made. I haven't looked at it since the original two they made.
Oh, that's
fair.
I like
I was
the
like,
purple.
that's not the worst one. Yeah, they got kitchen knives. Those aren't the worst ones either. I want a butcher's knife for the
Kitchen
dangler.
knives.
It's straight up.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I dig it. I like the milling on that. The fuller is kind of Spartaco tough.
A little bit.
Don't you besmirch a fucking tough.
I
It's
say
not
things
hard.
You go out to pasture behind you like you belong, sir.
Yikes! That is a scathing review.
Yeah, apparently.
I haven't played with the Rhino, but no. Like I'll tell you right now.
What's to say no about? They're both titanium frame locks. They're basically
I wonder
the same
how
knife.
tough it is.
Oh, the M390. It's no.
Wow, Spyderco Tough was
3V.
built proper. Oh, good lord, that knife is
That knife
no
is
comparison.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wish they would bring that one back again. But
No, just get Ed Shemp to do something else weird.
oh, Ed Shemp.
Oh, Ed Shemp, how we love to hate you.
Not even hate. Though. Weird
Hate to
shit.
love you? I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those.
There's a little bit of love hate. I just don't know what the ratios are.
Yeah, it's overlapping circles for sure.
3 to
You
1.
find Ed Shemp in the middle of love hate.
Excellent. I think that pretty much rounds us out for the review of these two.
Apparently he has small hands.
What's this? Ed Shemp's got small hands?
Apparently.
Well,
You could have fooled me. Every knife I've ever handled from him is like, wow, this is a big off knife.
okay, the Tough is a big knife, but if you're looking at the Bowie or the Navajo, quite often they're in this like little snap cutty open
Yeah,
fingers. So
I still want the Bowie.
yeah, different style, different strokes. Heh. um, your knife's disappearing, Paul.
Yeah.
Anyone got weird sidey note things?
I ain't got shit.
No, not this week.
I got one weird one.
Okay. We can,
It's
That's,
not going to be much. We got a couple minutes to kill, but
Let's discuss.
so recently I was in Toronto and picked up a very fancy Kaiser with a rich lady in a 4V and the something with the hey. And while I was also there, I picked up a couple like auxiliary things, some stropping compounds, some fun stuff, some whatever type of thing. But I did pick up one of these bad boys.
yes.
A work sharp little handy diamond sharpener ceramic torquey bit. And to give you a little first impression of this thing, overall, not bad. $20, whatever. You're not going to complain. It's got bells and whistles and 3 bit sizes that you need to use. But the one thing I will say about it, 2 things I've noticed right off the bat, the angles that this thing sets knives to, it's a 20 per side for the diamond angle, and it's a 25 per side for the ceramic.
Oh, they're micro beveling, are they?
So they're intentionally micro beveling every time, to whether it's to remove a burr from a diamond by putting it a 5 degree heavier to rip that burr off, or whether it's like whatever. So if you are using the ceramic, you're just micro beveling every single time. But I did find it kind of cheeky that they don't really advertise that too much in the tool until you read the packaging on the back of the tool, and you're like, oh, I see the game you guys are playing. That's cool. That's cool. All right. And I mean, whatever. It is what it is. I can follow enough with my own bevels that I'm sure I can follow a 20 degree, even though their angle guide wants it to be a 25, because honestly, their angle guide is tiny. Whatever. It's
Pretty minuscule.
not a lot of real estate to work on in the first place, right? So yeah.
For the type of guy I think they expect to buy that tool, I think that makes sense, just from a marketing and design perspective. But
Did you hear that, Dennis? He called you a tool.
Yeah, marketing, so
Marketing tool.
how's the bit retention in that little sleeve? Because I know it's just plastic that swings back and forth. It sits okay.
So yes, the other thing that I was going to comment, the other big negative that I was going to say is the hinge on this particular tool is just this like flexible piece of plastic right here. And it's just a piece of plastic that flexes open and closed. So as you're playing with that, obviously that piece right there is going to weaken over time and maybe eventually crack and fall out. Now, hopefully you're not bending it too far out this way that you're worried about that, because it should take some pretty minimal effort for you to bend left and or right. What's that?
So I'm going to flex it to 90 degrees on you.
Well, yeah, and then you don't have to take it out and put it in the bit driver. You just flex to 90 degrees and use it as is.
There you go.
Obviously, you twist it 90 degrees laterally after you bend it.
Don't worry about the other screwdriver bits scratching your handle. That's by design.
No. You just throw those ones on the ground and hopefully remember where they are when you're done. Come on. Yeah.
You can buy new ones. It's fine.
Well, you buy the whole thing for $20. I mean, marketing and such.
You buy 40 of them, then you're covered.
One of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're both awful.
Also,
Thank you.
you buying a price has made me take mine out of its pooch.
Well, I'll have to the comparison. We'll have to play with them both and check detents in action. And
it's less slippery than I remember.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've gotten better at front flippers.
I was gonna say your hands have just gotten less sweaty over time.
Nope.
no,
Fair.
Quite the opposite, in
I,
fact.
I live in a similar hell.
Yeah, no, you'd like to say that, but they haven't. Yeah.
Uh,
Out of curiosity, like I know Dennis, that's your first 4V blade in the
The
folder.
Feist, yeah, we're jumping from work sharpener to the Feist, but yeah, cool,
Yeah, a
cool,
little bit,
yeah.
a little bit.
Yes, it is 4V, and I cut all weekend, and it was good. It was good. I stropped, I think, just out of the box because I wanted to strop. So
did we all know that 4V and Vanadis 4 is basically the same
I knew, but
thing?
I knew.
I'm not sure about Dennis, but yeah,
It's fucking cock wobble over here.
I knew.
It's just
But it's
I don't
not
know where
it's-
you guys have been this whole time, but
Look,
I've been sitting at the
it's-
finish line.
That's what I heard.
So you didn't move. You didn't move from go. You just stayed there and let everyone else just lap. Yeah, pretty much. No, I will say though, it's not due to my own research. It's literally because every time I look up steel charge reference from Laren, they're literally listed in the same line. That's the only reason I remember.
Okay. If you look it up in the steel chart, it actually says as well.
They're basically
Oh, that's
same
that's
steel.
too funny. Yeah,
It's CPM's version of
it's
the
gonna be
Vanadis.
V4E and 4V. It's gonna be reversed, but right there. That's the reason I remember.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
it's
this might have
saved
to go back in the fifth pocket.
So, you know. And
That would do
Vanadis 8. What the hell is Vanadis 8?
Don't you worry about it.
I'm a little worried about it.
Are you
It-
making Justin's
Okay.
next tomahawk out of it?
no.
Right
it's-
answer would be yes for Justin. Come
no,
on, you're ruining
no,
his
no,
dreams.
no. Vanadis 8 is actually not as tough. It holds a better edge, but it's not as tough.
Oh. The lower the number,
The more the tough.
the more the bashy. Yeah.
No. The higher the number, the more the bashy.
What? 8 isn't as tough.
What?
Yeah. You said
Vanadis.
eight isn't as
Oh,
tough as
I'm
four.
sorry. No, see, I thought you were
See.
talking about the actual ranking because
I can tell he works for
I see.
Big Steel. He doesn't want you to know. He's just throwing words out to confuse you now. It's
That sounds about right.
I'm the fucking Lizard King, man.
Fucking car.
Yeah, Crucible Narc.
You and Devin. I see.
Dude, if I ever have to make
No,
a new
that's
account for
that's
anything,
Laren. It's his son.
I'm gonna make
Mm.
I'm gonna make a second account called Crucible Narc now. That's fucking awesome.
Crucible Narc.
That's a fantastic name. What are you talking about?
I was
That's great.
thinking about the other Devin, the narc, in our.
I
in
know
our
you
one-
were, but I was putting it knife related. You asshole.
That's fair. He's knife related.
He's knife. No, he's not knife related at the best. He cut out a rock this year. He's
He's
not
knife
knife.
adjacent.
I was just gonna say he's
That's-
knife adjacent. Yeah,
The only reason he's knife adjacent is because I have a knife and he's standing next to me.
you're not wrong. Love you, Devin. Sorry.
Oh, that's a great line. You have to let him
Oh.
know about that one.
Yeah, awesome.
Anyway,
On
one
that
last topic, or sorry, one last word on the work sharp. How have you been carrying that thing, or have you been carrying it around?
carelessly in my pack.
Okay, because Jesus, there's diamond on the side of that thing.
I know. I don't care. There's nothing in my pack that it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
note, gonna throw it into sunglasses, see what happens.
Well, the sunglasses don't go in my bag.
Okay.
That's a good
There's
call.
like, let me just think about what's actually in there. Blue lube, fabric bag, some lotion. Yeah, it's like there's really nothing. And if it is, I'd probably not put it in there. So in a day-to-day environment, there's nothing in my pack that I have to worry about too much yet. That's why it was nice to be able to put in there. Yeah. So, I mean, in theory, there's a whole bunch of those little change purse, blah, blah, blah type of thing that if you were concerned, you could get a very, very cheap little change purse and have it zippered up in that little change purse.
It has
Squeeze
to be
ones.
the little snap.
Yeah, I like what the two steel springs, so you squeeze either end
Yeah,
and
like grandma style. No. The actual like metal, like grandma style
Oh,
clip.
the clasps where they just kind of friction
Yeah,
past each other. Yeah, okay. Either way, either way. Zippers, that's a fool's errand. That requires
yeah,
two hands.
grandma style. Come on, bro.
Zippers require two hands. I ain't got time for that shit. I'm trying to sharpen a knife.
Uh,
Still sharpening a knife mid-knife fight.
Look,
Hold on a second. Time out.
nothing says high speed, low drag like a lanyard fob sharpening tip, right? It's,
There you go.
from Nana's purse. Well, I mean, Nana's making a comeback. I mean, the Narrows got released about a month ago, so it's
they're just taken from her left, right, and center, man. They're gonna
like
rob her fucking blind.
Nana's getting
Crackman and
pilfered.
chain purse was a useful amount of money. Uh,
Oh, now I'm sad.
yeah,
That's all right. Nana doesn't need her change purse anymore where she is anyway. So
Do not elaborate. Yeah.
two bags.
it's all
On
right,
that
gentlemen. Yeah, I think we covered all our bases. Little work sharpie thing. Anyway, $20. It's $20. It's kind of cool. It's got 3 torque bits. It's got diamond. It's got ceramic. It's good for what it is for $20. But the mismatched angles is kind of a pissy thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like you said, I understand why they did it on a tool marketed the way that one is, but it'd be cool if they made 2 options for fuckers like the rest of us.
Yeah. Also, there's
Well,
room on
or
there for a
do-
there's leather on there. There's room on there for a leather strap. Could have added one of those too.
Well, not really, because it's got like the hand, the finger, finger grooves.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking more like on the flat. Like if this is vaguely the same shape, you would have it somewhere along the side there.
Just
No, not the corner. Jesus Christ.
It's I'm gonna strap
I take
my
it back.
Swiss Army knife. That's it. Yeah,
Take it all back.
you can't take it back. It's out there. It's already out there in the ether.
Too late, Joe.
So,
I don't like that.
all right, gentlemen. We will not be here next week because we're going to be in Edmonton. And when we're not in Edmonton, I'm going to be in a car in the very, very dark road driving back from Edmonton back here. Yeah. So, thanks for everyone who are joining us. We'll be back 2 weeks from now with probably more QSP stuff. It's less something crazy lands that we're not expecting. So,
yeah.
there's new fun toys. Thank you to Cutting Edge Cutlery Co. for supplying both of these knives. They are live on the website with very competitive pricing. So get yours now. Not all of them, because I need groomsmen presents, damn it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of.
No, don't worry about it. It's
Thanks to people following us over on the Instagrams. There have been posts. It has happened. It's been a couple weeks, but it happened. You were there for it. You seen it. If Dennis actually sends me his list of what's on the chopping block, I'll actually put up a poll to see who wins. We'll do an elimination round down to
yeah. We'll see.
Yep.
I gotta find a spot. Gotta find a hole. Find a hole, make a hole.
Well, I was gonna make a joke, and you kind of hit it right on the nose, and I don't want to make the joke anymore.
Funny how that works. Yeah.
Sometimes if you can't find a hole, you just gotta make a hole.
Yeah, that's a thing that you said on the internet now.
Yeah,
that was the joke.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who continues to contribute on Patreon. Christmas 2023. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a thing. It's surprisingly enough. It's
We're actually getting there.
Yeah. There's been like full discussions and like things. You know,
rough
cool.
outlines of plans have been made. No, more than rough, but plans have been made.
There's bullet points. So yeah.
decisions.
It's not just a mad panic this time.
Yeah, it's still gonna be.
It's not a mad panic yet. Let's say that.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyone else? I think we're good. I think that rounds us out.
I think so.
Good to go. Thank you for everyone joining us. We will not be back again next week, but the week after that, same bat time, Sunday, 7:15, Mountain Standard Time. Wow. All right, Mountain Standard Time is actually what I wanted to say, but it's 9 o'clock and I'm drinking, so deal with it. Yeah. We're smoking turkey legs all day. You think I was doing that sober? Come on. Yeah.
Too good of a
Got
time
us
to
there.
not.
So, by the way, they turned out excellent. It was fantastic. That's, yeah. That was
Delicious. You can sign us off there, Dennis. Get us out of
all
here.
right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you again in a couple weeks. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
Exile.ca.
Thanks again, guys. See you not next week. Bye bye.
Yeah, 3 squeezes of lemon. Squeeze those lemons.
What happens if you squeeze a beluga whale 3 times?
You
Do you get a
get a
wish
swordfish. No, you get a swordfish.